everyone, and welcome to this episode of Thinkers and Drinkers with Cigars. I'm Jason.
I'm Rich, and welcome back, everybody.
Yep.
And before we get into it today, as always, don't forget to look down, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon so you can get notifications whenever we put out new content, and check out our TikTok and Instagram too. We put out a lot more content on there, guys. So if you want more short form video, check there. So what do we got tonight? You treated me with something different.
So we have the El Jefe.
Jefe?
Jefe, which
You're so white right now.
I'm so white.
You got to roll your J's.
I wish I could speak Spanish
Yeah.
a little bit better. I can count to 10,
Mhm.
but that's about it, and that's really bad. This is really a good cigar. It's medium to full body.
I agree. Especially, it's deceiving because the wrapper's so light.
Yes.
I thought this was going to be really
Yeah.
mild.
And I gotta say, it's really packed in there. I did notice as we were doing the punch that it was very stout, very tight.
Guys, it felt like you were putting the punch in a cupcake.
Yeah.
It had like a stout, I don't know, stout moist. And a lot of people don't like that word, moist. But it felt like I was in a Hostess cupcake.
Yeah. I'm glad you ended with the cupcake on that. Yes.
Yeah.
Wink. Oh my goodness. And then
welcome back. It's been a little bit since we
yeah.
recorded, guys.
And then a special drink that you made tonight with a
All
little
right.
bit more than just bourbon.
Yep, it's called a Conquito. I think it's from Cuba. It is Buffalo Trace. Well, we use Buffalo Trace. Coconut cream. I use the canned stuff, not the stuff in the bottle. I made my own brown sugar simple syrup for this because we're talking about crafting today, and I crafted. This is my first apothecary for our liquors, and a dash of vanilla. What do you think?
I think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of reminds me of Clue and Cream a little bit.
It does. It's like a big roundabout.
Yeah.
It is a roundabout for Clue and Cream.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good drink.
Mm-hmm. It pairs well.
It does.
With this.
It's nice and light.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of has, the overall, dessert.
It does,
to
yeah.
it, after dinner, after a large meal, sitting down.
Would you call it aperitif? I'm not sure. I'm not really French.
I don't even know what the word aperitif means. That sounds.
I think a treat drink is what
a treat. And here in America, we say treat drink.
Yeah, treat drink.
Dessert drink. We cut everything quick.
Instead of this fancy word stuff.
Fancy words.
Mm-hmm. So you got to score this Buffalo Trace when you're on the cruise, and you brought me 2 bottles, and I'm very grateful for that. I did hear a thing this week that there are this bourbon hunter cultures that chase Blantons, Wellers, and Buffalo Trace. Mm-hmm. Do you know anything about this?
Yes, I have seen that. My friend Larry is a big Blanton and Wellers guy. Mm-hmm. When he came to visit here a couple weeks ago, he brought like 2 gallons of Weller.
A gallon, like in a jug.
Yes. So that's a thing. And it was good. It was good.
Which we have yet to have on our table as a Wellers. Have we not? We gotta score some.
As many of the stores as I go to, I think probably gonna have to make a run down to Southern Spirits and buy some down there. Unable to find any here in North Carolina.
Is it like elusive like this Buffalo Trace?
It's elusive like the Buffalo Trace.
That's weird. I feel like they build a culture to like that red behind the red curtain thing, like limiting the release, just so people kind of fight for it.
Yep. Thankfully, we haven't had to fight for any Buffalo Trace.
Let's go on a cruise.
Yes, let's go on a cruise.
All right, tonight, it's becoming the holiday season, and money's always tight. And we've been coming up with kind of ideas to sell stuff. So I thought we'd talk about crafting tonight because we're kind of doing some cool stuff. That's why I got my flannel on, everybody. What? My workshop shirt.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been tooling around the garage, both figuratively and literally.
Hmm.
I cleaned out the garage, set up a kind of woodworking station, and lately I've been doing these what are they, charcuterie boards, the meat and cheese boards,
Yes.
but the river table style with the
I
resin.
seen that
Mm,
yesterday.
yeah.
So what are you gonna use with that?
So what I did was took two planks of wood, carved them up on one on the inner side.
Hmm.
Then I got some epoxy resin, put a little bit of the blue powder to give it some color, and it's got like a texture in the powder, so it looks like it's a river running through the board.
Okay.
And they call it river boards or river tables.
Okay.
I also took extra pieces of wood and got some molds to do coasters. So it's wood in the blue resin.
So is it gonna be a table?
Nope, no. So I got the coasters and the boards, like a serving tray kind of
Oh,
board.
okay.
Yeah. And you got this great idea for our leftover
Well,
bottles.
I have an idea. I don't know if it's great.
Mhm.
Um, maybe tacky is the word.
It would go
Tacky.
great in a man cave. It would look
Yeah,
nice here.
yeah. The simple. It reminds me of eighth grade shop class.
Mm.
You know, did you guys have shop
Oh
class
yeah.
in Florida? Right.
Got a funny story when you're done with your story.
So, um, in shop class, remember where, and this is what we did. We had the 2x4.
Mhm.
We cut it. We put a base stand on it. We pulled the $2 electrical cord through it. That you bought. Your parents bought
Mhm.
it. Kmart or Zayres or
Mhm.
wherever, and then you had the shop, the little lamp
Wow, you just
with the
pulled a
thing on it.
store out of the history there.
Yeah, yeah.
Zares.
So
Cool.
you made that,
Mhm.
and then everybody plugged them in while the shop teacher went over and drank somewhere,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
hoping that none of us kids got
Mhm.
electrocuted. Kind of the idea that I had about that. We've seen it many times.
Mhm.
Um, just something to do.
Mhm.
Something to do, something to repurpose.
Yeah, that's
The older I get, the more I find I'm becoming more into repurpose stuff.
yes.
Nikki likes to say that I just kind of throw stuff away, and I do have that tendency when I'm done with something, I'm done with it. I will
Yeah,
just throw it away.
I have that same finality as
Yes.
well.
But as I get older, it's like, you know what? I mean, even if we, make a candle holder out of it,
Mhm.
it's using it for something, not
Yeah,
just, throwing it in the trash.
I feel like it's a cool novelty. And what Jason's making is with our old bottles, because we're starting to have a collection of old empty
Yes.
bottles, is to make that.
We look like
I
alcoholics.
know, especially if you look at that box of bottles you
Yeah,
have in your
yeah.
garage right now.
My brother came down from Ohio this past week, and he stayed over, and he's seen the bottles upstairs, and he said, "You have a problem."
No, I've got a craft.
Yeah, I said it's
Got a
only
hobby.
it's only a problem if I run out of money.
And then you're like, oh, it's my 6 month chip. And he's making the lamps, and they're a bit of a novelty, but I, like every man cave,
Yep,
needs
a
the
novelty.
poker, the
Yes.
poker dogs, and the bourbon bottle
Yep.
lamp.
Yep.
We just came back from trip to Ohio with
Mhm.
you guys, and we all stopped at the
Yeah.
Amish
Hucking Hills,
Hopping
antique malls.
Antique Mall,
Yes.
and we did notice, and I don't know if they're original
I
bourbon
yeah,
barrels or just
I believe those are probably just
replicas.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't none of those I would say were used in any bourbon making.
Mhm. And we did come up with two different
Hmm.
ideas to do a liquor cabinet with one barrel where we cut it open and it becomes a cabinet, and the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can look online and you can find
Mhm.
those anywhere from after they've been made into something,
Mm.
anywhere from $500 to $3,500. I
Jeez.
have seen the ones where they're motorized, where they actually lift up inside of the barrel, and
Oh,
it brings up a
the shelf.
bottle, a shelf, and
Mm,
it will have the glasses in it.
nice.
Um, I don't see us doing anything quite like that.
No,
You know,
but
I mean, maybe cut a door in it. You know.
with a hinge. I know how to do a hinge. And I have, you've been in construction your entire life.
Yes.
And I have some construction, mostly flooring. So I could work a tile saw. So this is sort of my first dipping my toe into the wood pool. And honestly, it's an addiction. Like I've been out in the garage every night. Uh, I've got my littlest one is out there. He's helping me because he wants to learn tools and all this stuff. And Steph's out there with me, and she's having a drink and looking over everything to like. She's really great at when I get this kind of frustration of the process. She's great at calming me down and working through the steps to get where I need. But I am like looking at tutorials for woodworking, and I love it. Just even the smell of cutting the wood.
The best thing to calm you down is whatever you're working on, just
Mm.
chuck it out in the road
Ah,
when you're done. You know,
yeah,
that is very satisfying.
it is.
You
It
know?
is.
Oh my goodness, this is good.
This is great.
Slow burn.
Yeah, and it's a Mr. Bucklebottom's thick cigar.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
Yeah,
and he laughs at you and I that it takes us so long to smoke the cigars.
Mhm.
You know, I would say I'm probably the slowest.
Mhm.
Um,
You are definitely the most wasteful.
I am the
Uh,
most wasteful.
uh,
There's no doubt about it.
I don't know how you don't have and I'm sure there's a product out there to savor your cigar.
Reynolds wrap.
Reynolds wrap.
Reynolds wrap.
That'll work.
Reynolds wrap.
You just clip off the end and have it the next day.
Mhm. Is that a thing? Can you do that?
Mhm.
I should know that, right?
Yeah, you should.
I should know that.
Now that we're almost connoisseurs.
Man, maybe I need to go buy that.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a cigar actually, wait till Christmas. Because that is your Christmas present.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And that's really, really going down smooth as well.
Yeah.
too.
I do. You were saying how it does taste like a Kahlua and cream, but
Mhm.
I can really taste the bourbon and the vanilla.
Okay.
That's different from the Kahlua. And we'll put the recipe up for you guys so you could try to make this at home. Um, it was pretty simple. If like again, I made my own brown sugar simple syrup. It was a simple water, brown sugar, and some cinnamon.
Where'd you get the little jar at?
We have it. Yeah.
Where did you get it at?
Oh, I think it was originally an olive oil jar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're repurposing.
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 We do keep a lot of glassware,
Okay.
especially when they're in unique shapes like that. Because
Mm.
I was like, honey, I know we've got all these cool bottles. Where are they? And she's like, they're in there. And I was like, perfect. This is the perfect bottle. And it'll go to our chemistry set, booze chemistry set. hmm
So what else? I guess I would like to say for the people watching,
hmm
you know, to send something in that you guys have thought of about making for crafts. You know,
hmm
um,
Who's
and,
on Etsy?
yeah, and you know, I would say, you know, give it a shot, give it a try.
Yeah.
You know, I have no doubt that the very first lamp I do of this is gonna get shucked out of the garage.
Trust me, my first board was just havoc. It was a mess. I made every mistake I could make, and it was 5 hours of work that became an expensive mistake. But I learned. Now I know how to make that board better.
Yeah. So with this cigar here, I think there was a collaboration, if I'm remembering right,
Okay.
for this, and I'm sure you know I'm gonna butcher this, but I believe it was by the Levins and my father
Uh,
Garcias, maybe.
yeah, I think you're right. Or the Garcias of my father, which is
There's so many collaborations.
there's especially a lot with bourbon and cigar companies.
Mhm.
What was the not the Penelope, but the
Bardstown,
Bardstown.
Bardstown,
hmm
Bardstown is
Maker's Mark.
yeah, Bardstown. I gotta say, as we were shopping this week, I came across some Bardstown, and we really enjoy the bottles of Bardstown that we have.
And we're having a hard time finding it again.
I guess it seems to be the Bardstown is right now is the big grab. The $59, $69 bottles are gone. The $159, $259, $359 bottles are on the shelf.
Well, people better start crafting to make some money to buy those bottles.
Right.
Because the bourbon industry is starting to tank.
Yeah.
Hashtag Bardstown.
But yeah, Bardstown is definitely on the move, I would say, for sure. As well as Penelope. Yeah. Penelope, again, I have, ever since I seen the one bottle of the cigar series,
you've been on the search for
I cannot find it anywhere. I cannot find another bottle. And I fear I may have to drive back to Rocking Hill again to get that bottle.
Yeah. So this El Jefe is my fourth favorite character in Three Amigos. It was El Guapo's secondhand man, Jefe. And there was this one scene where El Guapo is like, Jefe, would you say I've got a plethora of and he's like, you have a plethora of and he's like, you know what a plethora is? And he's like, I don't have your intellect to know what a plethora is.
So Three Amigos, Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, and the one guy that's been in every other movie that nobody knows his name.
Martin Short. Martin Short. If Chevy Chase didn't go off the rails, those three could have made magic in so many movies. Yeah. Because that was just a brilliant collaboration of those three. I did go see a live show that had Steve Martin and Martin Short, and they also have that Netflix or Hulu show, and they're still and all the commercials, of course. They are just great together. Okay. Oh, back to my shop teacher in 8th grade story, Mr. Burton. 2 years after I was in shop, he was doing a demo on the bandsaw and cut the top of his finger off.
Well, back then in those days, did he just spit on it and put it in the sawdust?
He probably did. He was one of those burly guys. Yeah. He's like, don't worry, kids. And I think he was teaching about safety when it happened.
That's always when it happens.
He's like, always look, and looked up the class and then off the top of his finger. So he was burnt 9 fingers after that.
Speaking of 9, I did see a funny joke today. It was a Joe Burrows with his jersey on that said 9, and then underneath it said, "This is how many toes of our quarterback actually works." Oh. Poor Joe.
Yeah.
Man. And that one's for Nikki because she's a Bengals fan. So
she's actually wearing Bengals pants right now. The NFL, I know this is going to be a little bit before this video comes out, but we're 2 weeks in. And it has been tight, close games. I don't know if you've been keeping, even our college teams have been pretty close. It's been an intense season.
How's your fantasy league going?
We dropped down to second to last place. Nikki's is in second or third place. Yeah. And I don't understand it because we're both 1-1, but my points are higher than Nikki's. But I am now second to last. Stephanie's nephew is in dead last. And we were up against his team this week or last week, but we lost against it. I don't understand the point system. If you guys could give me some pointers, because I don't know how to do trades or sub out my players or what any of the numbers mean.
You do trades in the fantasy league?
Yeah, apparently you can do trades.
I'm glad I set that out. Guys, y'all have fun with that.
It's so confusing. What other, like you're doing, speaking of just side hustles, you're doing the lawn mowing. How's that going?
I actually like it. I used to hate mowing. I actually used to pay for people to mow my yard. but I actually enjoy it now. It's relaxing. Um, it's good. It's a side hustle.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I believe more and more people are going to have to find side
Mm-hmm.
hustles. Without a doubt, it's coming. And I am such a big proponent of like Mike Rowe, the Dirty Jobs guy,
Oh yeah.
where he
Yep.
says, "Go out with your hands and learn
Mm-hmm.
how to do stuff."
Yeah.
Not everybody is born to know how to fix cars, do woodworking, plumbing, HVAC. Just you gotta go out there and figure it out.
But yeah, yeah, and we also have this great tool called the internet that teaches us everything.
Man, I tell you, I love saying, "Yeah, I know how to do that." I
Mm-hmm.
watched it on YouTube last
Mm-hmm.
night. That's my favorite saying.
Yeah, I can learn anything. I could probably do open heart surgery with a few YouTube channels.
And AI assistants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I've got a phone. All right. All right. Well, what would you give this cigar?
I would say probably a 3.
3,
Yeah.
really? I'm going with a 4 on the
Yeah.
cigar. What about the drink? My
Well,
cocktail.
I'm
You're
I'm
way,
done.
yeah,
I'm
you're,
done. So all the stars to it.
all right, you're going all in.
Yep.
5 stars. I'm going to go 4.5. What about the pairing?
The pairing is very well. I'll go pretty high on it. I'll go 4.
I'll go 4.
Yeah.
4 the pairing. I think it's a good, you did a great job with the little bit of description I gave you to get this cigar.
Good deal.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Have a good night. And hopefully you come up with some great ideas for some crafting and let us know. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.